The primary aim of free trade agreements is the removal of tariffs. Tariffs are taxes imposed on goods being traded. Generally, the higher the tariffs, the less trade takes place as the cost of trading goes up. Reduction of tariffs encourages trade by reducing transaction costs. Now, free trade agreements also usually have provisions to facilitate the transfer of services to flow freely between countries. So consumers and businesses will therefore have choices to purchase goods and services from all over the world, while producers of services can likewise look at more countries for a potential marketplace. Now, related to the aim of improving business between countries, there are also bilateral and multilateral investment agreements. Now, typically, these are a different species of agreements. These agreements usually permit countries to invest in each other, and the host country would provide protections for such investments, such as not to expropriate them. And for those of you who've read about the more tumultuous past, there are many situations where foreign investors go into a country, and because of political turmoil, those investments may get expropriated. So multilateral investment treaties provide that kind of minimum protection. Now, some treaties go further. They have clauses that provide most favored nation status, which means that we will give this country the same provisions it gives to any other trading country. So against this backdrop, CECA is primarily a free trade agreement that allows goods and services to flow freely between India and Singapore. It has some clauses that protect investments, and this includes protections against expropriation in Chapter 6. Now let's come to Chapter 9 of CECA. This is where Mr. Leong, I think, has found the language on free movement of persons. Now, there is language here on the free movement of persons, but what it allows is the free movement of persons for temporary purposes. This is primarily to facilitate people wishing to visit one country or another for business purposes. So I am part of Raja and Tan's South Asia desk, and I have a number of clients from India. So generally, if any of them wish to visit Singapore, they will need a sponsor from Singapore to indicate they are visiting for business purposes when they apply for a visa. And on this basis, they may be granted a visa to visit. Now, the same applies for people who wish to visit for investments. And the same thing applies if Singaporeans wish to visit India. So this facilitates the free movement of people to do business. Does this take away jobs? No. Does this create jobs? Potentially, yes, because more people are coming here to do business. More businesses start up here. More businesses service other parts of the world. Now, Chapter 9 of CECA does not change anything in relation to citizenship, permanent residence, and long-term employment. And this is very express in Clause 9.2. So this means Singapore retains full discretion on who it admits, right? The drivers for our long-term employment policies are our needs, as Dr. Tan See Leng has explained very clearly in his ministerial statement. Now, if it is felt we do not need that many people in a particular sector, or that Singaporeans can do the jobs, it is already within our power to do this, and CECA does not change this.